Siddhartha Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Desatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta. Hare Krishna 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 Hare. Hare Krishna. I'd like to welcome all the devotees on behalf of Mukesh Prabhuji and Shyam Sundari Radhika Mataji. The very auspicious month of Kartik, and now we are almost at the end of Kartik. And these 5 days we started from Utthana Ekadashi till the Purnima. These are extremely fortunate days actually. It is mentioned in the scripture, this is called Bhishma Panchak. The 5 days, last 5 days of this month. These are the 5 days on which Bhishma Deva, when he was on the death arrow bed, he fasted completely. He left even the eating, drinking, everything, and complete focus on Lord Shri Krishna. So this is the time period actually, Bhishma Panchak. We are in that time period right now. In Nectar of Devotion, it is mentioned, Nectar of Devotion is a wonderful book by Sri Rupa Goswami Pad, where he has described the various types of, sadhana bhakti, bhav bhakti, and how to receive the prema bhakti of the Lordship. And they have analyzed the bhakti, all the limbs of devotional service, that what we are supposed to follow, what we are supposed to practice. So as per him, there are 64 different limbs of devotional service. 64 different limbs. And he also mentioned that it's very difficult to practice all the devotional limbs, all these limbs of devotional service with the equal intensity. Very difficult. That's why, knowing our condition in this age of Kali, he brought down that all 64, he narrowed down to the 5 very, very important anga, which is called Panch Anga. Very, very important, very powerful. Which are Sadhu Sangha, Nam Kirtan, Bhagavad Shravan, Mathura Vas, Shri Murtair, Shraddhaya Sevan. Sakal Sadhana Shreshta Yai Panch Ang, Krishna Prem Janmaye, Eire Alpere Sang. He said, if you cannot practice all the 64 limbs, just try to focus on this 5, which begins with the Sadhu Sangha. Sadhu Sangha, it is mentioned that because the devotional service, the bhakti, even Janam Koti Sukriti Bhina Labhate. Any of the punya of the previous life cannot give us bhakti. Only bhakti produces bhakti. The sadhu who have it in their heart, only they can transfer, they can give to others. Otherwise, there is no way to receive bhakti. So, sadhu sangha. Sadhu means devotee who are ahead than us, who are completely focused on Krishna bhakti. Yatha Krishna arpit pranas tatra purush nishevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam says, who is sadhu? Yatha Krishna arpit pranas. Who has offered his life and soul to Krishna, in the service of Krishna. Such sadhu we should. Tatra purush nishevaya. ऐसे व्यक्ति को ढूंढना होगा. We have to search such sadhu and then surrender yourself to that personality. Then bhakti can be, induced in the heart. And what sadhu will do? He will not do some magic. He will not just touch us and we will get something, some kind of electric voltage or current like that. Most of us, we think in India, right, that कि हमको ऐसे चमत्कारी साधु चाहिए होंगे जो एक बार स्पर्श कर दे हमारा सारा काम हो जाए. हम कुछ नहीं करें. साधु सब कुछ करें हमारे लिए, हम कुछ नहीं करें. हम के लोग दक्षिणा उनको दे दें and he will do everything for us, right? So he said no. He will engage us in what? Naam Kirtan, Naam Sankirtan. In this age of Kali, the Lord is present in His holy name. Naam Naam Agari Bahuda Nij Sarva Shakti. With all His potency, He is present in His name. And the sadhu very kindly, he will engage us in that vidhi, that process, bhajan kriya, Naam Kirtan. Naam Kirtan and Bhagavad Shravan. And hearing the wonderful pastime of the Lordship. Bhagavad Shravan. And finally, Mathura Vas and Sri Murtaya Siddhan. It is mentioned then by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, who is the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada. He said even out of 5, Ek Anga Bhakti is more important. 64 to 5. And then Kaliyug में हमको लगता है कि बस एक चीज बताइए आप. इतना टाइम नहीं हमारे पास में. Tell me one thing. कुछ एक चीज बताइए जो हम कर पाए. तो इसे सकल साधन श्रेष्ठ नाम संकीर्तन. आप कुछ नहीं कर पाए या कुछ करेंगे भी अगर, इवन साधु संग, भागवत श्रवण, Mathuravas, if it is not coupled with the Naam Sankirtan, this will not have much effect. So all the Anga has to be coupled with the Naam Sankirtan. He said, Sakal Sadhan Shresh Naam Sankirtan, Nirparad Naam Laile Pai Prem Dhan. If someone can just focus on one Anga, which is Naam Sankirtan, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Hare. Sankirtan, coming together, Samyak Rupena Kirtan, coming together like this and chanting and hearing the wonderful glories of the Lordship. Sankirtan. Nirparad, without any offenses. Then what happened? Pai Prem Dhan. That person can access the love of Godhead very easily. Just one Anga of the Bhakti, which is Naam Sankirtan. And we'll see that how wonderfully Bhishma Pitama in this month of Kartik, especially Bhishma Panchak, it's mentioned that this Bhishma, 5 days we should try to remember Bhishma Dev as much as possible. क्योंकि Bhishma Panchak है ये 5 दिन उनके नाम पर भगवान ने अर्पित कर रखा है. It's called Vishnu Panchak or Bhishma Panchak. In Hari Bhakti Vilas, Sri Sanatana Pad Goswami, he describes wonderfully that how people they take vrata in this 5 days actually. The different levels of vrata they try to perform. But all the vrata begins with the remembrance of Bhishma Pitama. So we all know Bhishma Pitama, right? About Bhishma Pitama. All glories to His Grace, B.R. Chopra ji and B.R. Chopra ji, right? Yes. Who broadcasted Mahabharata. So actually because, Ramayana, B.R. Chopra. So thanks to him. Otherwise, it was so difficult to read Mahabharata, right? Although we have the literature, but it's very difficult. But when he presented, I'm sure that most of us actually, right? At least we in our childhood. I remember that 9 o'clock on that day, complete, like a curfew on the road. Nobody's on the road. Everybody's in front of television. So at least they watched. And they know something about Bhishma Pitama, Arjun, Pandavas, Lord Shri Krishna, right? So Bhishma Pitama, he is the son of Ganga and Shantanu. He's one of the Vasu. And he's a wonderful devotee of the Lordship. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, very beautifully described actually. Chanak Pandit says very nicely, Chanak Pandit says that how we should spend our whole day. He said, Pratah Kalena Dyuta Prasanga Madhyana Isri Prasangatah Ratrau Chaura Prasangah Manah Gachata Dhimati. Dhimati means our intelligence should be occupied by this process. In the morning, we should hear about the gambling. In the afternoon, we should hear about ladies, Istri Sangha. And Ratri, Chaura Prasanga. In the night, we should hear about the stealing activity. So if we just hear like this, So when I heard this verse for the first time, I was also surprised, like all of you are surprised now. What is this? But then he explained the meaning of this samadhi, because most of the shloka in Srimad Bhagavatam is in samadhi bhav. It means to understand a shloka, you have to have a commentary of the acharyas to understand what is the literal meaning of this shloka. So it said, Pratah Kalin Dyuta Prasanga. And Dyuta, gambling happened where? In Mahabharata. तो प्रातः काल में हम सबको महाभारत जिसमें भगवत गीता आती है उसका श्रवण करना चाहिए. We should take sort of Bhagavad Gita in morning time. Afternoon, Stri Prasanga, Ramayana. The entire Ramayana happened because of one Stri, right? Entire Ramayana. So in afternoon, we should hear about the Stri Prasanga, how to have the Maryada and the relationship, different relationship, you know. And Ratri, Chora Prasanga, the butter thief, Lord Shri Krishna. We should hear about Krishna's pastime from Bhagavatam, Krishna book. This is how he said we should spend our whole day. Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, and Srimad Bhagavatam. So Bhishma Pitama, he is one of the Mahajan. Who will tell me how many Mahajan we have as per our scripture? 12 Mahajanas. Who knows all the names? Please raise your hand. See, these are the heroes. Sometimes, most of us, we know all the 11, not 11, even the extra player of Indian team. Who are in the extra, just sitting, you know, and they're just ready to play. And nowadays, we have IPL, so we know all players of different teams. All the IPL players' name. But these are our real hero. Real hero for the humanity is these Mahajanas. Mahajan ye gatah so pantha. Dharma satatvam nihitam guhayam. It is mentioned that the intricacy of dharma is very, 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 very subtle. And it's very difficult to understand. That's why Mahajan ye gatah so pantha. Whatever Mahajanas, personalities, whatever they have practiced, we should simply follow their footsteps. But first we should know who are Mahajanas. So who will tell me? Don't see the shlokas. Searching something?
No, something else.
Okay. Yes, please. Very good. Very nice. Very nice. Wonderful. So these are our heroes. 6 cantos, 3rd chapter, verse number 20 and 21. You can, if you want, you can by heart this wonderful shloka. Swayambhu, Narada, Shambhu, all one family. Swayambhu means Brahmaji. Narad, his son. Shambhu, his son. All three, one family. Then Kumaro, Kapilo, Manu. Kumar means Chatush Kumar, 4 Kumaras. Sanak, Sanatan, Sanandan. Kumar, Kapil Dev, the son of Devhuti. Manu, who is the first being in this cosmic manifestation, who came as a very obedient child of Brahmaji for the progeny creation. Manu. Then Prahlado, Janko, Bhishma, Prahlad Maharaj, Janak Maharaj, Bhishma, जिनके बारे में चर्चा करने जा रहे हैं. Bhishma Pitama, one of the Mahajan. And Bali Maharaj, Onam festival. Bali Maharaj, one of the Mahajan. Balir, Vyasaki means the son of Vyasdev, Shukdev Goswami. And Vayam means Yamraj. The shloka is spoken by Yamraj. He's saying, and me. He said, Dvadas iti vijanito. These 12 personalities, including me, Dharmam Bhagavatam Bhataha. We are the one who knows all the intricacies of Dharma, all the potency of the holy name, everything about the Lordship. We are the one who knows. Durbodham. Durbodham means the common people, they don't know. Durbodham, Guhyam, they don't know. And that's why we are the one who are going to establish this path, this process. And everyone has to follow us. So Bhishma is one of such Mahajana. And now he's going to demonstrate by his own example how he left his body. And this is the entire theme of Srimad Bhagavatam. Parikshit Maharaj is going to leave his body. Nowadays people are after art of living. But our scripture, the Sanatana Dharma scripture, does not talk about that. It talks about art of leaving this world. If you understand art of leaving, then you will live very nicely in this world, actually. So art of leaving this body, art of leaving this world. This is what Bhishma, by his own example, is exemplifying all of us in this Bhishma Panchaka, 5 days. So now he's on the arrow bed. Okay? You know the scene. Everywhere, not even a single centimeter place is remaining. He is there. And now Krishna, along with all the Pandavas, Krishna was about to depart from Hastinapur to Dwarika. But on the prayer of Kunti Maharani in the 8th chapter, he accepted their request to stay for some more time. And then Maharaj Yudhishthira, he was very much morose, very much bewildered. Like the Arjuna, before the battlefield, he was completely bewildered. And Maharaj Yudhishthira after the battlefield. Because he is thinking that everyone is killed because of me only. And he was so morose. Vyasdev, so many people came, tried to, console him, pacify him, but he was completely morose. And then Krishna, he wanted to glorify Bhishma Dev. He said, okay, Pandavas, all of you come in the royal attire and please come with me. We all will go to Bhishma Dev. And Bhishma Dev in the battlefield on the arrow bed. And then when this news is spread out all the planetary system, that Krishna along with Pandavas are going to meet Bhishma Dev. And Bhishma is going to give his last class, last pravachan before leaving his body to Pandavas. This news spread out everywhere, WhatsApp, Facebook, sab kuch chala gaya. And Srimad Bhagavatam describes all rishis, munis, including Parshuram, Vyasdev, everyone. We can read the names of all the wonderful personalities in Srimad Bhagavatam. They all came rushed because they wanted to hear from Bhishma Dev. Can you imagine Parshuram? He's the own spiritual master. He wanted to hear from him. Everybody came, all assembled. Just imagine now, all the hearers, they are standing there and the speaker is lying on their deathbed. He's going to speak now. This is a scene. This is a scene. And even in that situation, Bhishma Dev, he paid his obeisances. I mean, he could not fold his hand, but in the heart of his heart, in the mind, it mentions about him, he gave full respect to everyone as per their position. And finally, when Lord Shri Krishna came in front of him, just imagine what a scene it is. Srimad Bhagavatam says, this is the ultimate perfection for the human being. Evang Sankhya Yoga Abhyam Dharma Swadharma Parinishtaya Janma Labha Param Pumsam Ante Narayan Smriti. Shukdev Goswami says, this is the ultimate perfection. Janma Labha, उसी व्यक्ति का जन्म सफल है जो अंतः नारायण स्मृति, जो अंत समय में भगवान नारायण को, कृष्ण को स्मरण कर पाए. And here, what to speak of remembering, Krishna directly is standing in front of him. You cannot miss him. Just in front of him, Krishna is there now. And it is mentioned, just by seeing Krishna, 1 Canto 9th chapter, verse number 31, just by seeing Krishna, although he was in so much pain, just imagine all these arrows are there, right? He's bleeding. But just by seeing Krishna, he forgot all his pain. And he was thinking that these arrows are not arrows. These are flower beds for me. Because Krishna in front of me. भगवान के सामने आते ही सारे कष्ट भूल जाए वो. And see, he was in so much pain, but now he completely forgotten. And now he's looking at the Pandavas, he's saying, Aho Kastan, Aho Anyan. Oh Pandavas, Yada Yuyam Dharmanandara. I have seen right from childhood, all of you. You have gone through so much pain, so much miseries, one after other upon you. Aho Kastan, Aho Anyan. Kitna अन्याय आपके साथ में हुआ है. And there he pointed out a very nice principle. He says, you all are a very nice devotee of Krishna, but still you had so many problems. Krishna was at your side, but still you had problem. So that signifies The devotee, they have more problem than the normal people. How come it is? He says, Yatha dharma suto rajan gadadhar panir vakrodaya Krishna astri gandi vachapam suhrit Krishna tato vipatte. That look at you. Yatha dharma, जहां पर धर्म सुत राजा महाराज वहां पे प्रेजेंट है, जहां पर धर्म, ऐसे धर्म अवलंबी राजा हो, महाराज युधिष्ठिर, Gadadhar and very powerful Gadadhar, Vrakodar, Bhim is there, and Gandiv Chapam, Arjun is there. And top of it, Suhit Krishna, जिनके well wisher friend Krishna हो, ततो विपत, फिर भी इतना दुख, इतनी विपत्ति, कैसे? So here he established a very wonderful point. Acharya gives a commentary here, that the moment we start practicing Krishna consciousness, the moment we turn our face from Maya towards the Krishna, Krishna wants us to come back in this very lifetime. And that's where whatever karma is there, accumulated from time immemorial, he wants to just give you, fructify all the karmas, सब निकालो इनके कर में, सब इनका balance zero करो, and just bring them back. And that's why devotees become very happy when they get problems, like Kunti Maharani. वो बोल रहे हैं कि मुझे विपत्ति और आए, शाश्वत तत्त जगत गुरु, और विपत्ति मुझे दीजिए. क्यों? क्योंकि विपत्ति का मतलब सब कुछ समाप्त होना और उसके बाद फिर आप ही का दर्शन होना है, सिर्फ, nothing else. It's a very intricate point to understand, right? So sometimes when you start practicing devotional service, you can see, and sometimes devotees, they wonder, what is this? पहले सब कुछ ठीक था, जैसे महाराज अपना शुरू किया वैसे ही और प्रॉब्लम बढ़ती जा रही है, क्या हो रहा है ये? So one time when Maharaj gave a very nice example. He said, when you're, nowadays we have such kind of, in the village you have, like the dirt house, where everything is mud only. And they keep on putting this cow dung and all that. So if you go after a long time to your home, so all the dust, they just, come down and just settle down at the ground. तो आप जैसे जाएंगे तो आपको कुछ नहीं दिखेगा, सब कुछ साफ साफ है. But the moment you start brooming, everything will come out. तो आप बोलेंगे झाड़ू के पहले सब कुछ ठीक था, जैसे मैं झाड़ू करना शुरू किया सब ऊपर ही आ रहा है. तो same thing happens with the chanting also. कि जैसे हम जप करना शुरू करते हैं सारे अनर्थ बाहर आ रहे हैं, सारे कर्म हमारे बाहर निकल रहे हैं. कर्माणिक निर्दहति किंतु च भक्ति भाजाम. Everything is coming out. Krishna wants us to go through all this karma so that all our balance becomes zero and we're eligible to go back to Godhead in this lifetime. So this is a very special mercy of Krishna. He does not want us to wait for next lifetime. That's why he gives whatever miseries are there on your accord, which is there in your quota, he gives in this lifetime. So he said, Tato Vipat, tabhi bhi aapko vipatti hai. And then all the Pandavas, they sat down there. Krishna came there and he saw Krishna and so what he said? He said, Krishna, just wait. Now see the exchange of Krishna and Bhishma Pitama. This Bhishma Panchak. He said, aap aise hi khade rahiye and just wait for me. Somebody can say like this, God is there. He says, now I want to withdraw all my senses from everywhere. You can imagine about Bhishma Pitama. He was so much engaged in politics, in the royal affair. He was main Senapati of the Kauravas army. And so many affairs. So he said, just give me some time. Let me withdraw all my senses and I'll focus on you. So now we'll read some of his prayers which he prayed. It's called Bhishma Stuti. And it's very nice actually to recite these verses in this Bhishma Panchak. It starts from 1st canto, 9th chapter, verse number 32 to 42. We'll read some verses, not all. You can repeat after me. Shri Bhishma Uvacha.
Shri Bhishma Uvacha.
Iti matir upkalpita vitrishna. Bhagavati satvata pungave vibhumni. Swasukham upagate kvachit vibhramtum. Prakritim upayeshu yad bhava pravaha. Upayeshu yad bhava pravaha. Now see what he's saying. Now Bhishma Dev said. So now he paid his obeisances to everyone. He spoke to Pandavas, and now he's concentrating on Lord Shri Krishna. And he's just about to leave his body now. What a wonderful scene. ये सीन सबके सामने, हम सबके सामने आने वाला है. We all are going to face this. Dhruvam hi mrityum, Bhagavad Gita says. Who has taken birth, death is for sure.
कृष्णा होंगे या नहीं वो पता नहीं.
हाँ हाँ, कृष्ण आएंगे नहीं आएंगे, that is, वो हमारा एंडेवर होना चाहिए. That should be our endeavor. It's like a final exam. If you have not studied throughout, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. Death is a final exam, and entire life is a preparation. So we have to prepare ourselves for the final exam. I think one time it was asked here, I think by Mataji or someone, to His Holiness Bhakti Chau Swami Maharaj, when he had come. So somebody asked him that Maharaj, sometimes devotee goes in coma or some difficulties at time of death. So then how can they remember Krishna, right? And Maharaj answered in the same way, that if you have practiced throughout your lifetime, like Bhishma Pitama, then don't worry. If you cannot remember, Krishna will come in front of you. You cannot miss him. He's so merciful. And that's what a devotee prays in Ishopishan. He says, "Oh my Lord, you have mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Antakale cha mameva smarn mukta kalevaram, that yam yam smarn bhavam, that at the time of death, whatever state of consciousness you have, you will achieve same in the next life. But oh my Lord, I don't know whether at the time of death I can remember you or not. But please, don't forget whatever I have done throughout my life." That's how he prays. So don't forget that. अगर लास्ट में मिस भी कर जाऊं तो वो आप मत भूलिएगा. और भगवान कभी नहीं भूलते. Krishna is such a merciful Lord. He magnifies everything. Swalpam api dharmasya trayate mahato bhaya. Even swalpam, little of devotional service, if you perform, Krishna magnifies it and says, "Oh, this devotee have done so much for me. Now I'm duty bound to protect him." We can read one translation, please. 6 to 9. There's no purport, only translation. 6 to 9. The moment someone chants the name of Lord, and maybe while chanting we are inattentive, but Krishna becomes attentive. He becomes alert. Oh, this guy has chanted my name. Now it's my responsibility. He becomes duty bound to protect him. Can you read the 6 to 9 second part? Yes, please, loudly.
The chanting of the holy name of Lord Vishnu is the best process of atonement for a thief of gold or other valuables, for a drunkard, for one who betrays a friend or relative, for one who kills a brahmana, or for one who indulges in sex with the wife of his guru or another superior.
These are mahapaps. As per scripture, these are mahapap. ये पापों के राजा हैं ये लोग. तो ऐसे पापियों को भी मुक्ति मिल जाती है भगवान के नाम से. आगे बढ़े.
It is also the best method of atonement for one who murders women, the king or his father, for one who slaughters cows, and for all other sinful men. Simply by chanting the holy name of Lord Vishnu, such sinful persons may attract the attention of the Supreme Lord.
You see, we can attract the attention of Supreme Lord. Now,
who therefore considers, because this man has chanted my holy name, my duty is to give him protection.
You see, he says that time you might be unattentive, but the moment you take his name, he becomes attentive. And we have example of Ajamil. Ajamil did not chant the name of the Lord. He chanted his son name, who was named Narayan. He chanted, "Narayan, please save me," his son. But the moment he chanted Narayan, immediately Vishnu Dita, they appeared there. And Yamduta saying, no, this guy is a sinner. He's the right candidate for the Yamloka. And we have come from Yamloka to take him. Vishnudev says, we don't do anything. Because he chanted the name of Lord Vishnu, he cannot go with you. He chanted Narayan. Sanketyam parihasyam istobham hiranam evava. In any way, if someone chants, Krishna becomes duty bound. So here they were saying, now let me see his prayers, the meaning of this wonderful prayer, this Bhishma Stuti. Iti matir upakalpita. He's saying, kalpita means getting married. He said, now, O Krishna, I want to marry one thing, my daughter to you. He said, who is your daughter? I heard that you are not married. You are Bhishma, Akhanda Brahmachari. He said, my buddhi, mati, is my daughter. And I want to give my daughter to you. Now, time has come. What a wonderful prayer. Iti matir ulkalpita vidrishna bhagavati. He says, oh my Lord, let me now invest my thinking, feeling, and willing. So please mind, huh? These three things are the function of mind. The mind function is what? Thinking, feeling, and willing. The function of intelligence is what? बुद्धि का क्या लक्षण है? सोचना मन में आ गया. Feeling, thinking, and willing is mind activity, is mind function. Discrimination and determination is a function of intelligence. Discriminate and to be determined. So here says, oh my Lord, let my mind now, which is thinking, feeling, and willing, everything. Let me now invest my thinking, my feeling, and my willing, which were so long engaged in different subject matter. That's why he wanted some time. Such a wonderful prayer. Which were engaged in so many activities, in the family affair, the Kauravas affair, the war, and so many political affair. But now, oh my Lord, please, I want to invest everything at your lotus feet. And occupational duties. In the all-powerful Lord Shri Krishna, I want to invest everything now in you. Now he's teaching us, all of us, this should be our mood actually. Our time should be invested in Krishna consciousness. Our mind, Krishna says, Maya arpita mana buddhir. Aapka man or buddhir, both the things. The feeling, willing, thinking, discrimination, and determination. This you offer to me. And then you can do from your body whatever you want to do, your responsibility, your household affairs, your professional front, whatever you want to do, you do it. Tasmat sarvesu kaleshu maam smaran yudhacha. अपना काम करो, लेकिन माम स्मरण, आपका मन मेरे पास में होना चाहिए. So this is a very important phenomenon. In this material world, whether your mind is there or not, it doesn't matter. For example, Stu, any relationship, हम लोग ऑफिस में जाते हैं, काम करते हैं, कभी हमारा मन नहीं होता है, राइट? मन नहीं है, फिर हम काम कर रहे हैं, काम चल रहा है, सैलरी आ रही है, मन नहीं है काम में, बट काम चल रहा है, राइट? Several times we meet people or we have a relationship where we just act, we pretend, and things are going on. We have a smile on face, but inside सब गड़बड़ है. मन नहीं है बिल्कुल उनके साथ में. कोई आ गया घर पे, बिल्कुल मन नहीं उनके साथ में, फिर भी बात कर रहा है, सब कर रहा है, सब चल रहा है, पूरी दुनिया चल रही है. Mind is not needed. If you have proper etiquettes, proper manners, you can go on, right? But the moment we cross this Vaitarnya, the moment we try to enter the spiritual world, वहां पर बिना मन के कुछ नहीं. Janardhan bhavagrahi. Krishna does not see what you are doing, how you are acting. Where is your mind? आपका भाव किधर है? भाव के बिना भगवान कुछ भी ग्रहण नहीं करते हैं. पत्रम पुष्पम फलम तोयम भी नहीं ग्रहण करते हैं. उसको भी प्रेम और भक्ति से भाव से नहीं दिया है तो ग्रहण नहीं करेंगे. One time one devotee, he was coming here for the first time from Mayapur for the Bhakti Shastri, first batch. His Grace Radhikanagar Prabhu from Germany. So I wrote a mail to him, Prabhu, we are reaching around 12 noon. It's a lunch time. So please let me know what's your preference. so that we can serve you in the best possible way. He says, Prabhuji, anything prepared with love and devotion and offer to Krishna. There's such intricate meaning of this, right? कि अगर प्रेम से नहीं बनाया है तो भगवान ग्रहण नहीं करेंगे. हम चाहे जो अब example we can see in Mahabharata, right? Duryodhana, he offered 56 bhoga, much more than what Vidurani offered, much more. Very elegant, royal attire, everything in very nicely presented. But Krishna did not accept it. He did not accept. दुर्योधन का भोग ठुकरा दिया उन्होंने. क्यों? क्योंकि भाव नहीं था. तो यहां पर इस भौतिक जगत में बिना भाव के सब कुछ चल जाता है. हम लोग मैनेज कर लेते हैं, बट वहां पे मैनेज नहीं कर पाएंगे. वहां पे भाव ही चाहिए. जनार्दन भावग्राही. If you do not know, or if what you're doing is not important, how you are doing, with what mood you are doing is so important. So now he's saying, oh my Lord, let me invest my feeling, willing, thinking, everything, which were distracted. It's a very nice verse, huh? It means what? That I do not want to offer you something broken. There's a very nice book by His Holiness Sachinanda Swami Maharaj, Broken Names. That, oh my Lord, when the day will come, when I will offer you complete my love, which is now broken or distributed or shared within the entire world. अभी कैसा कि हमारा प्रेम सबके साथ में व्याप्त है और भगवान को भी लेने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं हम लोग साथ में. But now he is saying, now let me invest everything keeping aside all other affairs, everything at your lotus feet now. यथा तरोर मूल निषेचनेन तृप्त्यन्ति तन्द स्कंद भुजोपशाखा. Srimad Bhagavatam says, right from childhood, we are trying to repose our love. The childhood, parents, then बड़े होते हैं, friend circle, then और बड़े हुए शादी हुई, wife, children. If you're very generous, then society, or generous, your state, then country, and then United Nations. But still that hankering is always there. We don't get satiated. Because the missing point is we do not know that where to repose our love ultimately, so that everybody can be satisfied. Yatha tarora mool nishechanena. If you pour water to the root of the tree, then all the branches, all the twigs, all stems, fruits, everything can be satisfied. Similarly, when we start loving Krishna, then everyone can be, all our family members, माधव सेवा, मानव सेवा, सब पूरा मानव समाज प्रसन्न हो जाएगा. पूरा मानव समाज. Draupadi, she gave just one rice grain to Krishna. And all the 10,000 disciples of Durvasa Rishi himself, everybody was satisfied. Right? Yasmin tuste jagat tustam. If we can satisfy Krishna, then we can satisfy the whole world. And this is what Bhishma Deva is teaching by his Bhishma Stuti. Such a wonderful story. He said, oh my Lord, he's always self-satisfied, but sometimes being the leader of the devotees, he enjoys transcendental pleasure by descending to this material world. Oh my Lord, you are satisfied there in your spiritual world, but our pleasure, you come here. For my pleasure, you've broken your own promise. You had promised that you will never lift a weapon in this battlefield. But for my pleasure, you did that. Because I had taken a vow कि मैं भगवान कृष्ण को रथ उठा कुछ अस्त्र उठा के ही रखवाऊंगा मैं. और आपने किया मेरे लिए. And now, in the purport and the next verses, Prabhupada gives very nice analogy. But he's saying, I'm so fortunate, oh my Lord. You see, he's going to leave his body. But he's being so grateful. He's saying, more than Arjuna, I'm fortunate, oh my Lord. How? Because when you were there and you were just running, with the Rathangapani, with that wheel in your hand, and you were running towards me, and all my arrows were shooting, just touching your Ratha, and you were completely sweating. And all this, the chariot, they're running here and there, all this dust coming and sticking on your face. You were looking so beautiful. Arjuna could not have that darshan because he was at the back. And that is the reason why I was in the Kaurava side, oh my Lord. So that I can have your such a wonderful darshan. That's the only reason I was there with Kauravas. I didn't want to miss this darshan. And that's the darshan what he's expecting now this time actually. He's remembering those wonderful, wonderful face of Lordship. He said even Arjuna could not see that. अर्जुन पीछे थे, अर्जुन भगवान के पैर को पकड़ रहे थे, मत चाहिए आप अपने देखिए सब तरफ कैसे भक्त कर रहे हैं भगवान के साथ में, क्या लीला चल रही है। अर्जुन बोल रहे प्रभु आपने वचन लिया है, रथ नहीं उठाना है आपको, मत जाओ प्लीज। अर्जुन वांटेड कि वो अपना प्रॉमिस नहीं तोड़े, एंड भीष्मा वांटेड कि ओके लेट हिम ब्रेक, यू सी। एंड कृष्णा वाज bewildered, क्या करे, किस भक्त को प्रसन्न करे। तो वो बोल रहे कि प्रभु by your sweet will you perform this pastime. And I was so fortunate to witness that form, to see that form, Rathangapani. So this is the first prayer, very first prayer, and from this we can learn so much. So we should not wait till the last time. So let's start investing our thinking, feeling and willing from now. क्योंकि देखिए भीष्म पितामह थ्रू आउट हिज लाइफ ही वाज अ डिवोटी एक्चुअली. इट इज मेंशन्ड कौमारम आश्रित प्राज्ञो, इफ यू हैव नॉट डन राइट फ्रॉम चाइल्डहुड और एटलीस्ट फ्रॉम अ यंग एज, it becomes very difficult to dovetail your thought process when you are old. If you take the old tree branch actually, the dry one, it's difficult to mold them. The moment you mold them, it will break. But green twig आप लेकर के आराम से you can fold it, right? You can mold it. You can give whatever shape you want to give. So that's why we should start thinking now कि अभी से invest करना शुरू करें हम लोग. Investing your mind. And the best way to invest our thinking, feeling and willing is to take shelter of the holy name. मनः त्रायते इति मंत्र. मन को इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए सबसे अच्छा उपाय क्या है? भगवान के नाम का जप करना. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम राम राम. Same thing Prahlad Maharaj says. He's one of the another Mahajan. So Bhishma, Prahlad, they all are Mahajanas. They're teaching by their own example. Prahlad Maharaj says, "Oh my Lord, नैवो तुझे पर दुरत्य वैतरण्यास त्वदवीर गायन महा अमृत मग्न चित्ता." He said, "I'm not at all worried whether after leaving this body I'll come to you or not. I'm confident, fully confident. I'll come to you only." Why? Because Tvad Veer Gayan Maha Amrit Magna Chitta. Same thing. My mind, my chit, my thinking process, willing process, feeling process, everything is invested. Where? Tvad Veer Gayan Maha Amrit Magna Chitta. Tvad Veer Gayan in your wonderful pastimes, in your name, form, wonderful qualities. I have invested my mind completely. I'm submerged in this Maha Amrit, this great ocean. मैं इसी में बिल्कुल डूब रहा हूं, इसलिए मुझे कोई चिंता नहीं है. But सोचे विमुख चेतस इंद्रियात विमूढ़न. But I'm worried about these foolish people in general who have not yet turned their face towards you, O my Lord. I'm worried about them. And that is why I don't want to come to you. Let me be here. Let me preach them. I'll preach them. I'll make them to come to you. And then I'll come. I don't need to worry about me. Because I'm completely engrossed in your pastimes. Same thing he's saying, oh my Lord. Now let me, with Krishna, Vishpitama is saying, let me invest my thinking, my feeling, my willing, everything at your lotus feet. और सबके सामने बोल रहे हैं, सोचिए आप. All assembly in front of spiritual master, everybody is there. And then he says, the second verse. Please repeat after me. This is the Bhishma Stuti second verse. Very beautiful verse. त्रिभुवन कमनम तमाल वर्णम, बोलिए,
त्रिभुवनकमलं तमालवर्णं
रवि कौर गौरवराम्बरम दधाने,
रविघोरघोरवरानं ददाने
वपुर अलक कुलवार ताननाम जम,
पूर्वकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकलकल
Oh my Lord. Now he's saying to everyone, because everybody is there. सबके सामने भीष्म पितामह महाजन is declaring about the position of the Lordship. That who is this Krishna? He is just not a cousin of the Pandavas. Who is he? Shri Krishna is the intimate friend of Arjuna. He has appeared on this earth in his transcendental body. So he is not an ordinary person. वो दिव्य divine प्रभु ही है, वो भगवान ही है वो. Which resembles the bluish color of the tamal tree, oh my Lord. Because when he said, okay, I want to get married my daughter to you, he said, what do you know about me? अपने दामाद के बारे में कुछ जानते हो आप? वो बोले, मैं अपनी डॉटर देना चाहता हूँ मेरी बुद्धि को आपको. तो आपका दामाद कैसा है? बोले, मैं सब जानता हूँ. ये मेरे दामाद का रूप ऐसा है. It's so beautiful. It's divine. Which resembles the bluish color of tamal trees. तमाल के ऐसे उनका कलर है. आप कभी भी जाएंगे वहां पर एक इमली तला करके स्थान है. कहां पर? वृंदावन में. तो वहां पे तमाल वृक्ष है. तमाल वृक्ष. And this tree was in the property of one of the ashram, and they thought to cut it. It's a very ancient tree actually, and all the people, the local people, they said, don't cut it. This is a very ancient tree, right from probably 1,000 years old. So, we have 4 daughters, right? We had a kirtan, Lord Kirtan over there, right? So the moment they start cutting it, it started bleeding. वहां से रक्त आना शुरू हो गया. So that ashram and Babaji, they became very scared. And then all the local people, they came, they said, कि मैंने कहा था मत काटो इसको आप, छोड़ दो इसको आप. So they left it. And अब वहां पे बहुत अच्छा मंदिर बन गया है. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he came, he was there actually in Imritala. He sat down there and performed his bhajan. Even we also went there during our yatra this time, Vrindavan yatra. So भगवान का रंग तमाल के जैसे बिल्कुल है. And that is a favorite tree of Radharani because it resembles Krishna. His body attracts everyone in the 3 planetary system, Tribhuvan. That's why 3 times are the lotus face. We show the circle 3 times they are the lotus face because in all the 3 planetary system, nobody is as handsome as Sri Krishna. Example is given, just a glimpse of Krishna's beauty. Vrindaranyam swapadramanam pravishad geet kirti. The moment Krishna enters in Sri Vrindavan Dham, even the Mr. Universe, if he walks on the ramp or anywhere, maximum all the human being will look at him, right? Will turn at him and see him. But Krishna, when he walks, forget about the human being. It is mentioned the calf which is drinking the milk, which is the, have you seen the calf drinking the milk? आप कितने भी चीज से पकड़ियो, आपको छुड़ा के हमारी माँ की ओर भागेगा और वो दूध पीता है. उसको पकड़ना बहुत मुश्किल है. उसका पूरा ध्यान माँ के दूध पे रहता है. But the moment Krishna is walking, even calf का जो milk है उसके मुख में, वो गिरना, वो बंद कर देता है. Stop drinking, and milk are just falling down, and eyes turn towards Krishna. All the cows towards Krishna, all the bees, all the birds, all animals. जो गाय घास खा रही हैं, वो छोड़ देती हैं. सबका आंख कृष्ण की ओर. He's so attractive. Even the flowers, the trees, they bend down. That Krishna probably fruits thinks that I'm so high, Krishna is so small. Let me bend down, Krishna can touch me. Everyone in Vrindavan, this is Vrindavan Mahimamrit by Prabhupada Saraswati. Everyone in Vrindavan, when Krishna walks, complete attention on Krishna. Complete attention. और सब कोई, सारे जीव जंतु, सर्व जीवानाम चित्त वित्त आकर्षति इति कृष्ण. सर्व जीवानाम, not only human being, सर्व जीवानाम. This is Krishna. That's why Shankarji wrote the Gita. I spoke that day. He was saying, "Oh my Lord, show me that form." Baraha pidam natvarvapu karnayo karnikaram vibhatrabasa kanakapi sabhajantim chamalam. Such a wonderful form. Baraha pidam natvarvapu. He's an expert dancer. He's the only one who can dance on the
Snake.
hood of a snake. Nobody else, even not Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is Nataraj, but Krishna is Natvar.
Wow.
Natvar. Var का मतलब best, topmost. Like Haridas Var. He is a Natvar. डांस करने में उनसे बड़ा, क्योंकि उनका स्टेज देखिए कैसा है. All the snake hoods are his stage. और उस पर डांस कर रहे हैं वो. Nobody can do that. Only he can do that. So Natvar Vapu. Karnayo Karnikaram. Such wonderful earrings he has. Karnayo Karnikaram. Vibhatsabas. Yellow garment. He's saying now in the next prayer, "Oh my Lord, your yellow dress is like and your blue hue body actually is like in the cloud, lightning is happening." तो बादल में घने बादल हैं और वहां पे बिजली चमक रही है, ऐसा आपका रूप है. बिल्कुल ऐसे ध्यान कर रहे हैं विष्णु के नाम में. बोल रहे हैं वो. His body attracts everyone in the three planetary system, upper, middle, and lower. Everyone, all the demigods, all the jiva from Patal Loka, and all of us. The same thing happened to Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj, when he was asked by Santa Anamarka that in our college nobody comes who teaches about Lord Vishnu. In our entire kingdom nobody is there. Not a single devotee is here. How come you are so much attracted towards Lord Vishnu? So what he said? Ayo Brahman, oh Brahman, I am telling you. Swang Akarshi. Ayo Brahman Brahmtam. He said, like a magnet piece, like an iron piece naturally attracted towards the magnet piece. Similarly, O Santa Amarka, my mind naturally goes towards Krishna. Yada chra varya शंख चक्र है, जो शंख उठाए हुए हैं भगवान है, अपने आप स्वाभाविक रूप से मेरी मति वहां पर जाती है. It means all the jiva in the normal stage, in the normal conditions, they become naturally attracted to the Lordship. And what it proves? That we all are abnormal. This is our abnormal condition. If you are not attracted toward the Lordship, it is abnormal condition. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhaka Bona hai. It's already there. But since it's covered, if the same iron piece is covered with the junk, with the rust, then you have to file it up.
Kerosene.
Yeah, so you have to file it up with the file paper and all the rust has to go. Then again it can be attracted. And same process we are in now. In Bhakti Yoga, Cheto Darpan Marjanam, we try to rub it through the holy name. And then very naturally Jiva attracted towards Krishna. भगवान की ओर आकर्षित करना कोई तपस्या नहीं होगी तब. जिसका चित्त शुद्ध है, उनके लिए भगवान का भजन करना कोई तपस्या नहीं है, स्वाभाविक है. It's natural phenomenon. May his glittering yellow dress, you see now it's coming, Vivatrabhasa Kavana Kapish. May his glittering dress and his lotus face covered with painting of sandalwood pulp be the object of my attraction. Wow. क्या सुंदर प्रार्थना है ये. And may I not desire fruity results, और कुछ भी नहीं, कोई सकाम कल्पना नहीं. यत प्राप्यम न किंचित वांछति, न त्वेष्टि, न शोक्ति, न रमते, न उत्साही भवति. नारद जी बोल रहे हैं नारद भक्ति सूत्र में, 5वां सूत्र है ये. क्या बोल रहे हैं? यत प्राप्यम, once you attain this stage of love for Godhead, then yat prapyam na kinchit vanchati. Then not even a tinge of desire you will have in this material world. Na ramate, फिर आपका मन कहीं पर भी बड़े बड़े मॉल में, बड़ी कंट्रीज में, you will not be very excited to go over there. जाना पड़ा तो जाएंगे आप, but you are not very excited, not very thrilling. It's no more any thrilling experience. उत्साह नहीं रहेगा फिर आपको. ना कोई उमंग है, ना कोई तरंग है। ऐसी बात नहीं है, कटी पतंग नहीं। यहां पर क्योंकि इतना उच्च रस प्राप्त हुआ है, इतना उच्च रस प्राप्त हुआ है कि now we have understood the higher taste, and now we can understand the nature of the lower taste, and we don't want to associate with the lower taste. Once we get the काजू कतरी, फिर कोई हमको बताशा देगा तो उसमें टेस्ट नहीं आएगा हमको। बताशा हम लोग भूल भी गए होंगे शायद, याद है? बच्चों को नहीं पता होगा, न्यू जनरेशन पर। अच्छा, बतासे में कितने शेप भी आते माता जी, दीपावली में देखिए आप, घोड़े बनते हैं, हाथी बनते हैं उसमें, है ना, कई शेप बना के आते हैं। पूरी चीनी का बना हुआ होता है, वो खांड का बना होता है, यस, खिलौने होते हैं उसमें सर, बहुत सारे। सो उच्च रस की प्राप्ति, सेकंड चैप्टर भगवद गीता। एक बार रसो अपि वर्चम, वो प्राप्त हो जाए तो फिर प्राप्त नहीं होगा। तो वही बोल रहे हैं कि ओ माय लॉर्ड, केवल और केवल मेरा मन आपके चरण कमलों पर लग जाए। भीष्म पिता महाजन है, ये सिखा रहे हैं हमको। What's the time now, Prabhuji? Okay, one verse will take and this will stop here. So you can read this Bhishma Stuti, please, in this next 2 days. Purnima is tomorrow or day after? Tomorrow is Purnima. Okay, so you have only 1 day left. Only 10 verses. Bhishma Panchak mein, thank you Mataji, Shamsu Radhika Mataji, thank you so much. Yesterday she reminded me actually to speak on this topic. Otherwise we would have taken Damadashtakam. But she asked, she ordered me actually. She instructed me. नहीं Mataji, अब your mother, you can order. Like Devhoti, you can already order. And such a nice thing, Mataji. Because of you, all of us now we can think about Bhishma Pitama. It's such a nice thing. Bhishma Panchak में सोचना चाहिए हमको, सुनना चाहिए उनके बारे में. It is mentioned, Haribhakti Vilas. We should offer Padma one day, then Bilwa, then Malti flower every day. First day at the lotus feet, then at the thigh, navel, shoulder, and the face. 5 days we should offer like this. Next verse.
Sorry, what is the canto? Verse nine?
First canto, 9th chapter. Please, you can note it down.
1934.
1932 to 42. 1932 to 42. And after 42, he left his body. So Goswami says in the last verse, he left his body and went with Krishna. After this prayer. What a wonderful fortune, right? One time when Mataji from Russia, she came to Mayapur Dham. Very young. It was Mahabhishekam repetition, which happens after 5 years, every 5 years. And so much crowd, so many devotees, I should not say crowd, so many devotees in the hall, Mayapur Hall. Mayapur Hall is very big, Panchtattva, which can accommodate almost 1,000, maybe 5,000 people, devotees. And it was completely packed. And this Mataji, she had come from Russia all the way to attend this program. And loud kirtan was going on. And she was also dancing and jumping. And she jumped, came down, and left her body. His Grace Atul Krishna Prabhu from Mayapur Dham, he said, I prayed that I need such death. आप सोचिए, सब भक्तों के साथ में कीर्तन कर रहे हैं, भगवान सामने, पंचतत्व दर्शन, सारे भक्तों के बीच में कीर्तन करते हुए शरीर छोड़ दिया. भीष्म पितामह भगवान सामने खड़े हैं, सारे भक्त सामने बैठे हुए हैं, सुन रहे हैं, और कथा करते करते, भगवान की प्रार्थना करते करते शरीर छोड़ दिया. What a wonderful death. जन्म लाभः परम पुंसाम अंतः नारायण स्मृति. One of our Acharya, one of our sannyasi, His Holiness Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj, he was in Mayapur Dham and he was giving the Bhagavatam class in the morning on the Vyasasana. And during the class, he called upon Krishna. Some topic came, he said, the gopis were calling, Krishna, Krishna, and he left his body on the Vyasasana. Can you imagine that? Krishna, Krishna बोलते बोलते शरीर छोड़े व्यासासन पर भक्तों के बीच में मायापुर धाम में. श्रील प्रभुपाद वृंदावन धाम में 10th canto 13th chapter and 14th chapter beginning translating लीला को बता रहे हैं, and his disciples are recording. He's on bed, all devotees are standing chanting loudly kirtan, and he's narrating the pastime of the Lordship, Brahmaji's prayers, very exalted topic, and he left his body. What a glorious departure. What a glorious departure. So this is what our scripture is meant for, how to leave this world. And Bhishma Pitama, one of the Mahajan, he's teaching by his own example. कि अब पूरी thinking, पूरी process. That's why Prabhupada writes in the purport, 1 Canto 15th chapter we saw yesterday, verse number 39. 1:15:39. In the purport, Prabhupada writes, if you want, I can read it as it is. 1:15:39. I have highlighted that portion. I'll request Amarajin Prabhuji to read it. See what Prabhupada says for all of us. कि हमको लास्ट का वेट नहीं करना है. I have highlighted. See what Prabhupada is saying here.
Everyone's life must be so arranged that the last stage of life, say at least the last 15 to 20 years prior to death, can be absolutely devoted to the devotional service of the Lord to attain the highest perfection of life.
तो हमको अपना जीवन ऐसे प्लान करना पड़ेगा. We plan so many things, right, in our life. The financial planning and so many planning. We should plan for our this departure. Prabhupada says you plan in such a way that at least 15 to 20 years complete absorption.
How do you know that 15-20 years?
Exactly. Very nice question. That's why we should do from today. For that, another verse is there. Padhi, please. For that is a wonderful verse. 11:9:29. Labdhva sudulabham idam bahu sambhavante manushyam artadam anitya api adhira turnam yatet napatet anumittu yavan nihishreya shaya vishaya khalu sarvatah syat. This is one of the most favorite verse of His Divine Grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. 11:9:29. Now read this verse, Prabhu. In order to answer your question, this is the verse.
After
You can read loudly.
After many births and deaths, one achieves the rare human form of life, which, although temporary, affords one the opportunity to attain the highest perfection. Thus, a sober human being should quickly endeavor for the ultimate perfection
Quickly.
of life, as long as his body, which is not always subject to death, has not fallen down and died. After all, sense gratification is available even in the most abominable species of life, whereas Krishna consciousness is possible only for a human being.
So here it is mentioned, the human form of life is very, very rare, right? Very rare, but very fragile. So this conversation is very, you see, it's very ironic actually. Because something after hard labor, after so many lifetimes, you achieved it. Something is very, very, very rare. But then you came to know it's very rare, I got it, but any moment it can go. Any moment it can be withdrawn. Right? Anitya. It's anitya hai. That's why the sober person, what he does, Turnam yatet napatet, before it falls down, he perfects his life. It means do it now. Very rightly you said, we don't know. One of our disciple, His Holiness Tamal Krishna Swami Maharaj, he used to write his diary. And how he used to write, that today is my last day. Today is my last day. And in that consciousness, he used to, entire day he used to spend. Very, very focused in Krishna consciousness. And next day, if he survived, again, today is my last day. We don't know. That's why Prahlad says, Kaumaram Ashrit Bhagyo. Do it now. Now, abhi se. Jab jago tabhi savera. Abhi se karna padega. A businessman.
Even the day is also big.
Huh?
Even the day is also big.
Right. As Krishna says, I am Kalo Asmi. Right? Kalo Asmi. If you take shelter of Krishna, he will give time. If you have desire, he will make the arrangement. See, all of us, when we came to Krishna consciousness, at the beginning, when we say, Prabhuji, you start, Mataji, one round chanting. One round will take 8 minutes. Okay, fine. वही तब ज़्यादा लगता है कि 8 मिनट देना पड़ेगा भगवान को 10 मिनट. But they start. Then gradually, we start announcing the program. Oh, Prabhu chanting 4 rounds now. From Ekadasi, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. And Prabhuji obliged to chant 4 rounds now. Right? and then gradually 8 rounds, and then 16 rounds. Now imagine, at the beginning when if somebody tells them कि आपको 16 माला का जप करना है, 2 घंटे लगेंगे, बोलते प्रभु जी कहाँ टाइम है? Now the same person with the same job or sometime even the high responsibilities, Prabhuji is here sitting here. He got very high responsibility now, more engagement, right? But able to chant 16 rounds, sometime more than. So Krishna arranges. Krishna, like the material energy, the spiritual energy also expands. संसार में हम सब कुछ बढ़ाते हैं, देखिए आप, जैसे हम हमारे जीवन में हम फैमिली बनाते हैं, फैमिली प्लानिंग करते हैं, तो इसी अहो गृह क्षेत्र सुत आप्त वित्तय. When we come from India to Kuwait, we come with 1 or 2 suitcases, right? एक दो बैग लेके आते हैं. और जब यहाँ से हमें जाना होगा तो कितना आप सोचिए हमारा जो ये होगा कार्गो कंटेनर कैसे बढ़ाया हमने, देखा सब बढ़ के एकदम बिल्कुल ऐसे हो गया, राइट? Similarly, Krishna conscious activity also. First 1 round chanting, then 2 round, then 16 round, then 1 program in a week. Then Kartik, some people are coming every day, 2 hours, 3 hours. So expands, right? So before we die, before we leave our body, we have to perfect. I mentioned that. That's why Krishna, he wants us to go back in this lifetime. And that's why he gives miseries. He wants all the karmas which are there, he wants us to suffer or enjoy whatever it is and just come back to me. And that's what he's saying. Bhishma Pitama, oh my Lord, please let me invest my thinking, my feeling, my willing, everyone at your lotus feet, leaving everything aside and just seeing Krishna. Like Haridas Thakur also had the same desire. Haridas Thakur, Prabhupada says, he had the same desire in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Leela, like Bhishma Pitama. He requested, oh my Lord, I want to see at your lotus feet while leaving the body. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there, and he was in the lap of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he left his body. So that should be our mood also. हमेशा भगवान के नाम का स्मरण हो हर श्वास में. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was one time he was going for for natural call, so he thought that time I should not chant because it's not auspicious, right? So he stopped. So when a small boy came in front of him, he said, "What?" Because his tongue was without his permission. Tongue was so spurti, accustomed to chant that it was going on automatically. So he had to twist his tongue and put between the teeth. कि मैं जप नहीं करना चाहता हूँ इस समय. I want to just give a pause. But then he said, what are you doing? He said, I'm holding it. He said, no. You don't know whether you will leave your body while passing the stool. Who knows? So sarvada, you chant every time. Wherever you can, you chant. And then he said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you are looking a very small boy. Your name is Gopal, but from today on, you are Gopal Guru, not Gopal. You are Gopal Guru. You gave me knowledge. Such a wonderful instruction. तो हर श्वास में हम नाम लेने का प्रयत्न करें. Can we try? That should be our endeavor. Because which श्वास, किस सांस में हमारी गाड़ी बंद होने वाली है, वो पता नहीं हमको. So every breath we should chant. Every breath. हर श्वास में भगवान का नाम हो. So this is what we are learning from the Bhishma Pitama. He is one of the greatest Mahajan. And throughout this Bhishma Panchak, please try to read these verses till tomorrow. Purnima, ऐसा बताया गया कि if you have not fasted or not performed any Ekadashi, and if you have missed out this Chaturmas, and if you have missed out the Kartik Vrata also, if you just perform this 5 days Bhishma Panchak, you will get all the result of all the Vrata. It's so potent. It's so potent. And people, how they Vrata, now it's too late to tell, but because it already started. The 3 kinds of Vrata has been mentioned by Haribhakti Vilas, by Sanatapal Goswami Haribhakti Vilas. One is Panchagavya, which is very difficult nowadays, but some devotees do it. Panchagavya. They take one item of cow every day. No food grains. Cow dung, cow urine, milk, yogurt, and ghee. Second, you can take only fruits, no food grains, only one time. Third, Havisyana. Only a different kind of rice is there. No oil, no spice, with some vegetables, just cook it. Actually, I went to this time Kolkata, just last week. So one of the devotees staying here, Asim Prabhuji, in Riga, his wife and daughter, his son is there in Kolkata. So we went to their house to meet them actually. And their two daughters, both the daughters, the entire Kartik month, they're not eating anything. And I was surprised. And she became very thin also, Jaya and Pragya. And entire month, Mata is thinking, I'm forcing them, but they're saying, no, I will eat only this Havasyan. Children. And then I told Jaya, beta, you are so glorious. You are eating entire Kartik month Havasyan. Then what she told me, she told me, Prabhuji, this is very easy. It's not difficult. But getting up early in the morning and chanting 16 rounds in the morning, that is the difficult part. So please bless me, I can do that. I was so inspired by seeing a young girl. She's in 10th, 11th class now. And even the Pragya, she's saying, I also eat the same thing. She's also having same food. And because of that, Mataji, forcefully, she's having the same food. Because she has to cook the same thing for children. So that can be done. But the most important part is that, like he's saying, ki matir ukalpate vitrishna. That this 5 days, all other business, all other hankering should be just, just take a pause. Upvas from gadget. People, they have a new term now. Gadget detox. One of the brahmachari, he wrote me that I'm on gadget detox. So if you send some message, you will get a reply after 15 days. Because 15 days, I'm not going to use my laptop, my iPhone, my phone, or any of the gadget. 15 days, I'm going to just with Srimad Bhagavatam and holy name. I am on gadget detox. He sent a mail to everyone so that nobody will bother him or nobody will also expect a quick answer from him. So that can be done. These are the wonderful things actually. कुछ तो करना होगा भगवान के लिए. कुछ तो कर सकते हैं हम लोग, राइट? तो अभी एक दिन बचा है. कम से कम हम लोग ये प्रेयर्स पढ़ लेंगे तो भगवान बहुत प्रसन्न होंगे. विश्वपताम के 1932 to 42. ओके? हरे कृष्ण. हाँ? वो करते हैं. पंच करते हैं. वेरी नाइस. करते हैं कुछ भक्ति. Okay, once again, thank you very much, Hitesh Prabhuji and Shamsri Bhagata Mataji, for always being very kind to all of us. And Prabhu, once again, in front of everyone, I'd like to thank you, especially for that books. We could get the books back. Very, very grateful to you, Prabhuji. Yeah, Mataji and you. I brought the 2 books copy. Prabhuji, especially, he called me and he said, whenever they come, please go give book to them and pay my obeisances to them. And I was so happy. The moment he got the news, he was so happy. He called me, Mataji. He called me from Vrindavan. He was very busy. He called me. He spoke 10 minutes. He was so happy that our book came back. So just to inform you, our books actually, it was caught here at the airport. Dinabandhu Prabhu, all the very nice, wonderful books. And because of Prabhuji and Mataji, we could